before we really get into it, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if we've ever formally introduced this, but this is gonna be hot take court, right? And we're gonna act like
Dun dun.
we're gonna go to court. So Parker's on I guess the stand, or like I guess he's like
I am Johnny Depp in
he's
the
the
Amber Heard trial.
defendant. I don't know if you should put yourself
And
to that, but
I'm the judge
oh
because
yeah,
I the best take.
Aquaman.
yes, Justin is the judge, and he decides whether Parker's reasoning is, actually, like makes sense, and can come to the conclusion that he did have a chain gang quality hot take, or he can deny it and say that Parker, your hot take wasn't great. Better luck next week. And then I will be like devil's advocate, like I will argue against Parker, and basically tried to make Justin side with me, saying that it wasn't a good hot take. Try again next week. But I will say before this, Parker's was only the second worst. Okay, we would have done the worst one, which was Ryan's, where he said the Bears were going 0-17. A lot of people did not like that. So,
I
but
really
because
hope that the Bears win the first game of the season.
that would be pretty funny. But because Ryan is not here, he cannot defend himself, so he gets away with it this week. So yeah, Parker. I know you kind of already got into it a little bit, but
Yeah.
give your main points to why you think the
My
Jags are
main,
making the
okay, I'll
playoffs.
give you my main two, maybe 3 points if I can think of a third one. My main point is weak division because you have the Texans in the division and you have, which they're going to not do great. I don't think Mills is going to be the answer, despite me wearing my Texans jersey today, my old JJ Watt jersey, but I don't think they're going to do as well this season. And then if we look at the Colts, they have Matt Ryan with no help. I don't think that's going to pan out really well for him. I know they have a decent offensive line, but Ryan has nobody to throw to, so I don't think they're going to perform as well. And then you have the Tennessee Titans, which is just a big question mark. Didn't really sign anybody. Sure, they have Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry's a beast, but Malik Willis and Ryan Tannehill, we don't even know who's going to start. We know it's probably going to be Tannehill, but Malik could probably see some considerable amount of time. So that's main reason number one is division. Reason number two, free agency. Despite them paying Christian Kirk a ton of money, I still think it's nice that Trevor Lawrence has people to throw to. ATN's coming back, so I think that'll be great. I think they signed some good offensive linemen in there. Defensively, getting Trayvon Walker, I think, was pretty big. I think the rest of their draft was pretty good, better than their first round. So there's that reason as well. Finally, just because why not?
Okay.
They're taking 7 teams now, so there's room for them to do it. I don't think the rest of the Dolphins aren't going to do as well this year. I don't think. So there's another team that could shove down there.
Okay. So I want to say this, because I don't want to accuse you of anything, but from what I'm
you
hearing,
can accuse.
From what I'm hearing, you think that the Jags will probably have a better record than the Dolphins.
Yes.
The Colts.
Possibly.
The Titans.
Maybe.
Okay. What other AFC?
They're they could finish second in the division pretty easily and sneak into the playoffs as the
easily.
Last.
Do you think they're going to finish second in the division easily? They went 3-14 last year.
They went 3-14 because they had a horrible head coach.
Okay, for the first half of the year,
the improvements that they've made are pretty good, and I'm like they could in a bad division like the AFC South. I think they could sneak in.
I don't see it happening because if it was okay, the way I don't see them sneaking in because of the strength of the other divisions. I mean, you got to think so, because if they hypothetically, if they were not to win the division, okay, think the wild card has 3 spots, right?
Yeah.
So, and the AFC West is now the strongest division. So let's say the Chiefs win that division.
Okay.
So and then let's say 2 of those teams from the AFC West make the wild card. So I'll
Let's
just say
do Raiders, Chargers.
All right, Raiders and the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for this last wild card spot, they would have to beat out the Steelers,
Okay.
the Dolphins, the Browns, the Ravens, the Broncos. Consider the Colts.
Yeah.
And
Okay
the
with that.
Patriots.
No, the Patriots are winning the division.
Okay, well,
Oh,
they're not going to have a better record than the Bills, but that's 7 teams. 7 teams they would have to have better records than, and all of those teams had 8 wins last year. The Jags had 3. For a team to jump up that much, with the changes that the Jags made, that's just not going to happen. Like, I see them minimum have to get 8 wins minimum to get into the playoffs. I don't see them getting 6. I think they might get 5 this year. I think
guess what?
I could see them doing better than the Texans. Okay. I don't think they're going to be the worst team next year, but they're like significant like additions aren't going to make as much of an impact, I think, as what you think they are. I just don't see it happening.
If
Like,
you
do you
want to
think
talk about
is it just, oh, Christian Kirk is going to be like an 1,000-yard receiver because he has a coach now, and Trevor Lawrence has no one else to throw to because he lost DJ Chark. I mean, he still has Marvin Jones, but Christian Kirk, because he's getting the money, he's going to make a huge impact, and he's going to lead
I
that
think he's
team.
going to make an impact. Granted, I don't think I hope he lives up to his contract. That's what a lot of this is put on. But keep in mind, the Jaguars also have the NFC East as their as a division they're facing in the playoffs or in the regular season this year. Granted, they're also playing the AFC West, but the NFC East, that's a free 4 wins. I'm calling it right now. That's a free 4 wins.
No, they're not.
They're beating the Commanders. They're beating the Giants. They're gonna beat the.
I don't see them beating
Eagles.
the Commanders. I don't see them beating the Commanders.
Yeah, they can easily.
Even though they're the Commanders, I still see Carson Wentz. I mean, actually, you know what? The Jags did beat the Colts with Carson Wentz on.
Yeah, they did.
The Colts. Okay, fine. I'll give you the Commanders. I'll give you the Giants. You know what? While we're at it, let's just do a quick run of their schedule.
Okay.
I already got it pulled up.
You already got it pulled up? All right.
Yeah.
Well, you both got it pulled up. Wow. Okay. You beat me to the punch. All right. Let us know if they're home away. I also want to say they were 0-8 on the road last year. That's all I want to say. Okay. Judge, take it away. Or Your Honor, may we hear the schedule?
So they shut off week 1 away at the Commanders.
Okay, that's a win.
Hey, wait, who do they play?
The Commanders.
Okay, that's a dub.
Okay. And then followed up week 2 at home versus Indy.
That's another dub.
That's an L.
All right. And then week 3 away at Chargers.
Yeah, they're not winning that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Followed up week 4 at Philly.
That's a win.
That's a loss. At Philly. You think they're winning in Philly?
Yeah.
And then they're coming back home facing the Texans.
That's a win.
That's a loss.
Followed up week 6 at Indy again.
That's a loss. I'll give them a loss on that one.
That's a loss.
Then you're following up at home versus the Giants.
That's a win.
I'll say it's a dub.
Then you're going at home versus Denver.
That's an L. You cannot realistically think that the Jags are going to beat the Broncos.
It depends on how Russell Wilson plays. And who's his wide receivers right now?
Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton.
He's not playing this year.
Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, didn't he get in trouble?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he did. He got arrested, but I don't know if that means he's not playing for the year.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him not playing.
Yeah, well.
Okay, well,
hearsay.
Yeah. Thanks, Your Honor.
Getting the witness. Law terms. I could see them doing it, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'll take that as an L. That's also in London.
Oh, oh,
It does not say
dude,
that on ESPN.
the
I
Jags
have it
always,
because it says on the schedule it's 9:30 a.m. So I'm assuming that's a London
the
game.
Jags always get the London games.
They do.
Actually,
And you know what? London's their second home. That's a dub.
dude, oh my god, I knew you were gonna, I knew you were gonna change it after that. But like, I would have said dub if they were facing like not as good of a team because they aren't actually that bad in London. Like
No.
that's the only road game they can win is if it's in another country.
Oh
I was trying to figure out why Jags tickets were going for $400. All right, and then they're
Justin,
ending their.
Your Honor, it's because they're going to be a playoff team by then. So then that will be their value of watching a playoff
100%.
team.
We will still. I've not made my ruling.
Okay,
And then they're ending their home streak with Las Vegas.
that's an L.
Yeah, I'll take it. They'll lose that one.
All right, and then they're following that up away versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, they'll lose that one too.
That's another L.
Then you got a bye week before coming in facing Baltimore at home.
I can see them beating Baltimore.
All right, following that
Baltimore blows some like weird games. They're like Pittsburgh where they just blow random games here and there.
They do that sometimes. That's the nature of the NFL. Dylan, did you
They
give
do.
your take?
They're losing. They're losing that.
Okay. And then you're following that up away at Lions.
They'll lose that one because Lions are going to go
kidding
big
me?
this year.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
I'll give him an L. You're gonna have them beating teams like the Ravens and the Broncos, but they lose to the Lions.
Okay, the Steelers do the same thing every year.
Yeah, but like you're putting so much confidence in them, and they're like, oh, they're playing in Detroit against Jared Goff. They're screwed. They're done. They're done. Because there was no hesitation. You were just like, they're losing.
I was already thinking about it before it happened.
And then they're following that up. They're following that up away at the Titans.
Win.
You know what? I'll count that as a dub.
All right. And then they're coming back home to face the Chiefs. Or sorry, not the Chiefs, the Cowboys in week 15.
They'll lose that one.
I also agree they will lose that one.
That could be one of those games that they win, but yeah.
They're going away to the Jets.
That's a win.
That's a loss. Zach Wilson all the way, baby.
Shut your horrible.
My gosh.
And then they're following that up away at the Texans.
That's a win.
Away though, I'm gonna say that's an L.
And then they're finishing up the season, week 18, home versus the Titans.
I'll count that as a dub.
I'll say a loss. So they'll finish with 10-6, I think, is what I chalked them up as. You know what? They're gonna tie that game, so they'll go 10-5-1.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. 10-6, 10-6. So they'll finish with an above 500 record because they have a really easy schedule minus the AFC West.
I have them winning 4 games. I mean, Your Honor, you heard how many tough teams they have to play, and they were 0-8 on the road last year. Do you realistically think that they're gonna get 10 wins and beat all the teams that he said?
Yeah, but they beat the Colts. They beat the Colts last year.
Sure, their division is terrible, right? But that was when Carson Wentz was
silence in the court. Silence in the court. I've made my final ruling.
What? I'm in the middle of my statement.
I've heard everything I need to hear.
Your Honor, I'm in the middle of my statement.
Silence. I've heard everything I need to hear.
So I don't even get a chance to deliver my closing statement.
No,
have you guys not? Has the last 15 minutes not been a closing statement?
I mean,
fair enough.
No, okay, fine. All right, Your Honor. What's the ruling?
Thank you. I like when you call me that.
I didn't like that at all.
Now, don't get used to it.
Don't get used to it, please.
Because you're gonna be in Parker's chair probably next week because you are every other week. It just
watch how you speak to me, or I will kick you out of the Zoom call.
Oh wait,
no, keep talking to him.
No, I forgot that.
That was my case. Okay,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
I've reviewed the evidence, and I've concluded that the Jags play in a weak division that they, I believe, have a solid chance again. And now they play some out-of-division games like the Jets and Giants, who I also think they have a solid chance against. And bringing that into a second year where, I mean, you've lost some pieces, but you've also added some pieces and the possibility of a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence taking a step up. I will say this take is mildly warm. I'd say there's about a 15% chance to make the playoffs.
Mildly warm. What would you compare to as mildly warm? Like, what is mildly warm? Like a microwave burrito? It's like a microwave burrito take.
The Jags are a microwave burrito.
Okay, so that means that it's not hot. Or no. It means it's not chaingang quality. Is it chaingang
I don't believe
quality?
it's chaingang quality.
Yes, let's go.
I believe it's possible, but I would not count on it.
But okay, but that's all right. Well, that Your Honor, risking my own victory in this, I should explain that a hot take is something that probably won't happen, but you have to base it off of the reasoning that the defendant has given us.
Okay, I was just acknowledging that it could happen, but
Okay.
I will say it will not happen.
Okay.
Not a hot take.
Okay. Well, but okay. All right. So you heard the ruling. That number one dub in the books. Let's go. I did think that was a bad take. I don't know how the hell the Jags are going to go from 3 wins to the AFC, which has become so much better since last year in general. And
Hey,
now,
they did it in 2017.
Well, yeah, but they had like a Super Bowl
with Blake
caliber
Bortles
defense.
at the helm.
They lost.
Yeah, but they also had one of the best defenses, and Leonard Fournette having the same year.
They lost Miles Jack, right? I know they have Christian Kirk now, but like, I mean, it's Trevor. Honestly, Blake Bortles was better than Trevor Lawrence is right now. Realistically,
that's not a fair comparison.
Well, I know he was like an experienced quarterback then, but I'm saying that like if you expect the Jags to jump that much, Trevor Lawrence has got to make more improvements than that. But,
I think he can.
But hey, you know what, Parker? It was a good war fought. I think you made some good points. No matter how dumb your take was,
no matter how good my take was,
felt like you said some solid things in there, and good call on them playing the NFC East, because without that, I felt like your case was, pretty screwed from the start.